What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you should buy the OnePlus 8 in 2022. Guys, this is an awesome device here and here's the first thing, 200 bucks for a Snapdragon 865 chip. That is absolutely insane. And yes, I picked this phone up for 200 bucks. I have the links down below. They're on Amazon and eBay for around that price point. I've seen this max 250, so it's absolutely incredible. It is the most powerful phone that you can get at this price point. It beats any phone that you can pick up for 200 or even 300 bucks for the most case. So that is absolutely incredible here. So let's just go over specs a little bit more here. So we do have Snapdragon 865, Adreno 650 GPU, no SD card support, 128 gigs of internal storage, and 6 gigs of RAM. This phone will get the Android 12 update and also the Android 13 update. Now guys, gaming performance is going to be pretty good on this device, and I think this is going to be one of the best gaming devices that you can get at this price point for 200 bucks. It's better than a Snapdragon 855, honestly, as far as the Antutu and Geekbench scores are going to go. And you can see I can even go up to ultra frame rates and Call of Duty here. You guys can see super smooth here when gaming. It is just an awesome experience. So if you're on a tight budget or whatever, oh god, that, yeah, I'm dead. If you're on a tight budget or whatever, guys, 865 chip for 200 bucks. I mean, if you're a gamer, this is a dream. You're literally getting flagship level performance here. Like I said, I'll drop that full gaming test for you guys so we can see how it does with heating and stuff like that. It's not really a hot phone since I've been using it. I've not really had an issue with heating. So gaming performance is just phenomenal on this device here. Alright, so the next best thing about this phone is actually the display. So it's a fluid AMOLED display at 90 Hz. It's actually HDR10 Plus at 6.55 inches. Has an 88.7% screen to body ratio. We also have a punch hole on the left hand side. The screen does have a slight curve to it as well. It's a very high quality panel here. Kind of reminds me of the OnePlus 7 Pro that I still use as my main device. And honestly, I could not tell the difference from the 1080p to 1440p. So you can only really tell the difference is if I like pulled up a nature video and put them side by side. But I'm just saying, just doing regular stuff, you're just not going to be able to tell the difference. So I was really impressed with display quality on here. Like I said, it does have a slight little curve to it, but so far I have not had any accidental touches or anything like that. So as far as display quality, you're still getting a very high quality display here. The 90 Hz feels buttery smooth on here still. So yeah, I just really like the display on here, and it gets fairly bright as well too. I think I have it maxed out, and yeah, I just don't have any issues with the display here. It's a very high quality panel. Next is going to be all the bells and whistles with this device, and overall I think, for it being a cheap phone, it is missing some things like wireless charging and stuff like that, but other than that, it kind of has everything you would want in a higher end phone. It's got a very premium design here. Now, there's no official IP rating, but I'm pretty sure just like the 7 Pro, you can get this phone wet. It's just OnePlus likes to cut corners doing that, to keep the price down. But as far as build quality, it still feels super premium in the hand, being a glass and metal device. Very thin device as well too. And you also have on here a super fast in-display fingerprint sensor, just like on the 7 Pro. It works extremely well here. It's literally just a tap. Still one of the fastest, most accurate fingerprint scanners you can get. And yeah, I just have no issues with that. So like I said, you are missing wireless charging, you are missing an official, IP rating. But other than that, the build quality on here, Oxygen OS with just minimum bloatware on here. And then also, I feel like Oxygen OS is definitely a plus because they do great with updates. Also, this phone is going to get up to Android 13, and it's just very smooth and a fluid phone to use. So I definitely think that is awesome too. Now, you do have the ability to do face unlock on here as well too, so you guys can see that little green thing lighting up. You can see, boom, register my face. It's very fast, very fluid. And you also have stereo speakers on this device as well too. Go ahead and max it out. You can hear it. So pretty good high quality sounding stereo speakers, very good bass, no distortion, very thumpy, good mids and highs. Overall very good, and the top speaker actually puts out a good decent amount of sound. So if you do, accidentally cover this, still putting out a good amount of sound. Now next, let's go ahead and talk about the cameras on here. The cameras are actually pretty decent. So you do have on here a triple camera setup. It is a 48 megapixel standard, 16 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel macro, and then you have 4K video at 60 frames with a 16 megapixel selfie cam that shoots in 1080p at 30 frames. The image quality on here is pretty decent. Like I said, I think some of the other older flagship phones do a better job, with taking pictures. This phone is it is a step up from the 7 Pro, I noticed, but overall the images were pretty good. Nothing really to complain about for 200 bucks. So I didn't have any issues with it. I think some of my things, my shots kind of came out, like the color, I think needed a little bit of work. So I was thinking about like throwing Gcam on this, but other than that, video was pretty solid, good detail, pretty good dynamic range. So yeah, so I think the images, as you can see, they are pretty good for 200 bucks. Honestly, can't complain. Battery situation, let's go ahead and talk about that, because this phone does a phenomenal job, one with battery life and with standby time. I was really impressed with that too. It's got a 4,300 milliamp battery and it has 30-watt charging, so it charges very fast as well too. So I was pretty impressed with that. It can do 0 to 50% in like 22 minutes. So that's always impressive, just to have that, just to have that really fast charging. But battery life is very good. You can get around 4 hours of PUBG gaming on here. I might show you guys that. And then we also can get around 7 hours of screen on time. I was pretty impressed with this phone. I think OnePlus does a good job with optimization. I think they do something, and I think they were in the news for it not too long ago, but I'm pretty sure they do something, but they're not slowing down the phone. They really do make these, like, what you would say, kind of smaller batteries. They really get the most out of the batteries. That's why I like the Oxygen OS software. So yeah, so the OnePlus 8 is definitely an awesome device. I mean, there's nothing to complain about with this phone here. You guys can see 200 bucks for, I think I got the same version, the T-Mobile locked version. And if you want a slightly more, a better version, you would pay the extra 50 bucks or whatever. But yeah, so man, awesome device for 200 bucks. What do you guys think? Be sure to let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next one.